15 things you need to know about Rhode Island. Before moving to Rhode Island, these are the top 15 things that you should know about Rhode Island. Before we get into the video, subscribe to our channel. If you have any questions about moving to Rhode Island, if you want to buy a home in Rhode Island, we have people reaching out to us every damn day. So reach out to us. We'll be happy to answer all of your questions. Our information is going to be somewhere below. Let's get into the video.
So I think the easiest thing for people to know, right, off the list, if you don't already, we are the smallest state.
Yeah. Smallest state. That's in about 35 minutes you can drive from one side of Rhode Island to the other, which has its benefits, I feel like, because you can be all over the place very easily. Like for my career, I drive all the time, and when people say, hey, what area of Rhode Island you cover, I'm like, wherever. I don't care. I'll go anywhere in Rhode Island.
It's about an hour tip to tip.
Yeah.
And, I think that it does not matter, even if you come from the Midwest, where you're used to getting in the car and driving an hour to get to the grocery store, you will eventually succumb to the idiosyncrasy of Rhode Island, where if it's more than 20 minutes, you're like, oh man, that's a bummer.
You know what's funny?
It's so far.
I had to drive to Coventry today before I got here.
From Warwick.
Yeah, from Warwick. And I'm like, oh God. And then I'm thinking as I'm driving, I'm like, it's an extra 9 minutes.
It catches you though.
Yeah, cool. All right, second, beautiful beaches. Rhode Island has some of the most beautiful beaches. We talk about this all the time, I feel like, but we really do have some of the most beautiful beaches here. Just Newport and Narragansett alone have incredible beaches. So if you're into that, this is the time for you to be here.
Absolutely. And I think that also kind of identifies with one of the other really good points, I think we're up to 3, is you've got a lot of waterfront living opportunity in Rhode Island because we are coastally located and there are so many communities that have water. And it may not even be the ocean or the bay. It may even be just a really nice river like the Kickamuit and Warren or a lake, but we do have lots of really great waterfront living.
100%. We have a bunch of listings that we have on the market right now and that are coming soon that are on the water, either lakefront or ocean front, but it's really cool because you have all those options and you can still get something valuable and more affordable in Rhode Island rather than if you were to buy, I don't know, in Montauk for $20 million. Yeah, by the way, we do have a video about the top three top three waterfront towns in Rhode Island. Check out that video if you want to find out more. Number 4, we have a strong supportive community. That goes back to the first point that we have, which is a small state, but because of that, our community is very strong and we support each other. The small businesses and small restaurants and everything that we have here, people do help each other. Like when a new restaurant starts, you'll see it pop up on Facebook and it seems like everyone knows about it just because of how small the community is. And I feel like you wouldn't get something like that if you were in a big city like New York or something like that, because maybe the block would support you, but not the whole city. And it just seems different here.
Right. Well, and you don't have the same 6 degree of separation in Rhode Island. You have to be very careful to make sure there's no inbreeding, I suppose. Absolutely. Everybody knows everybody's business. So you want to make sure your reputation.
No privacy. We should add that.
Precede you.
We should add that as a point. No privacy. We'll do that as a bonus.
I think number 5 on our list is the location. Really, really well located relative to Boston and New York City. I've had a lot of clients that have relocated from all different parts of the country, and the train access and the kind of metropolis options, although Providence is a big city, you don't have the same feeling as Boston and New York, and Rhode Island is just drivable to everything.
Absolutely. Another one, we have been beating on this for a long time, no pun intended. Bad roads, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, but we have some of the worst roads in the country. We do have more in-depth video about this. I think it's top 5 reasons. So you can find more information about Rhode Island's roads in our last 2 videos, top 5 reasons to move to Providence and Rhode Island roads. We made a video about that too. Go check out those videos if you have any questions.
While we're talking about not so great points about Rhode Island, our taxes are pretty high. They might be higher than a lot of different parts of the country, but so is New England. 100%. So if you are going to be moving to the New England area, you're going to be facing high taxes regardless. If you're moving down south, we can't even compete.
It's not comparable.
I mean, 1/4 taxes in a community in Rhode Island is like an entire year down in South Carolina. It's really obscene, but that is another negative of Rhode Island.
Yeah, totally. Well, especially when it comes to the real estate tax. But here's a good positive. We have amazing seafood because of our access to water. So that's something. If you're into seafood, this is a place to be, I feel like.
Absolutely.
You know.
We also have amazing restaurants in general.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think that if you are a foodie, Rhode Island is the place for you. We legit have renowned restaurants.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Which brings us to the next point. Oh, I like that.
Not just a pretty face.
Which brings us to the next point, that we have some of the, like, we are renowned in a world stage type level for the restaurants that we have here. You know, there's James Beard nominated chefs, James Beard award-winning chefs in Providence and all over the state. East Greenwich has great restaurants. Newport has great restaurants. You can go from Providence. Yeah, Providence has amazing restaurant. You can go from you know, a casual, you know, regular eating restaurant to top fine dining experiences. You have it all, and it also is very affordable too, to go out and eat. So yeah, we have great restaurants
and very drivable, because nothing's too far.
Exactly. Very drivable, easy to find parking.
For our next point, we are talking about that you can actually feel like you're on vacation and have it very close to home. We have destinations of Newport, Narragansett, Block Island.
But yeah, I mean, Newport is one of these places where people literally travel all over the world. Like if you go there in the summer, and when the season really starts, I want to say maybe 70% of people are, first off, not from here, and maybe 50% are international, from Spain, from Germany. Like, you have people from all over the world. That's how cool it is.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which brings us to the next point, which is Rhode Island is the sailing capital of the world. If you go to Newport, you kind of get that feeling.
Lots of boats.
Lots of boats,
but I
right?
definitely want to record our skepticism of whether or not that's an accurate fact.
Yes, so we have to check with Serena to make sure that this is a 100% accurate fact. I have a feeling it is, but I am also skepticism because we're not used to being number one. Yeah, well, hopefully it's true, but we're going to assume it's true. Rhode Island is the number one, the capital sailing city of the world. It makes sense if you think about it. It's windy.
Yeah.
And we have the ocean, like,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I mean, we're
but
the
there's
ocean
also
state.
Like Bermuda, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
that's why I feel like the world, maybe the United States. I don't know.
Or New England.
More to follow.
I want to know the year of that article.
All right, yeah, we got to find the year of the article. Mason, you can do some work when you do the editing.
Rhode Island, up next on the list, is also very diverse. A lot of diversity relative to culture, religious, political affiliation.
Yep.
So you're going to find, a place to call home, regardless of what you're looking for in those ways.
Absolutely. And another point, lots of nature to enjoy. Actually, 59% of Rhode Island is covered in forest land. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right? 59% of it is covered in forest land. Yeah, we have a lot of beautiful, incredible state parks for such a small state.
Number 14 is that you're going to find a lot of history and charm in a lot of the communities. And I know we've done videos in the past about East Greenwich and various towns that offer some of the localized main streets, and you can really see those small shops and the old buildings and the architecture.
Yes, I want to add one more thing on that. Most real estate that is sold in Rhode Island, like single family homes, most of those properties are built between between 1880 and like 1950. Okay, so they're older historic homes that are completely renovated, but you have those amazing tall ceilings. Just like yesterday, I was showing a colonial that was built in 1930, and it was beautiful inside. You know what I mean? Like these huge windows, just the way it was laid out. Like you can feel the history once you walk in there. You're like, oh my God, did they write the Constitution in here or something? You know what I mean? You can feel it right away. All right. Is it my turn?
Yeah, last on the list.
And 15, Rhode Islanders are passionate about the state.
As a Rhode Islander, I can tell you that you're almost always going to come back to it. I think a lot of people leave and they always come back. We do have a lot of snowbirds, but I think generally speaking, you either love or hate Rhode Island, and 100%. I do love it.
You know what's funny? That just made me realize most people that reach out to us from the YouTube channel are people who either lived here or like they have some sort of connection with Rhode Island and they're ready to come back. Right, we do definitely have people who are moving here for the first time, but there's a lot of people who are either in Florida, they lived there for a little while, and now they're ready to come back to Rhode Island because this is where they're from, right? So
well, and I also think Rhode Island offers so much. I mean, we have great opportunity to hike and be in the woods. You also have an opportunity to be on the ocean, all within 10 or 15 minutes. You take an hour ferry and you can be on Block Island. So I think, not to mention all the eating, the school communities, all the reasons that we've really enumerated in this this video here. So I just think it's a great place. Check it out.
Absolutely, I agree. If you guys have any questions, let us know. If you're thinking about moving here, you know where to find us. Shoot us a text, shoot us an email, schedule something on in our calendar link. Do whatever you want. Just reach out to us if you have any real estate attorney related questions. Reach out to Melissa. Her information will be below as well. Subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you on the next video.